Hello and welcome. During this video, I'm going to demonstrate the messaging functionality of the new Centerpiece Client Portal, where you will learn how to securely send messages from Centerpiece to your clients, how clients can reply to messages from the portal, and how clients can initiate new messages from their portal. So let's go ahead and get started by looking at secure client messaging. Now remember from the last video that the Centerpiece Client Portal is a web application that's separate from Centerpiece. So during this video, we're going to be logging into both Centerpiece as a staff member and the Client Portal as a client. To make things easy to see, I'm going to have Centerpiece open on one side of my screen and I'll be mirroring my phone on the other side. I'll be logging into the portal from my phone as a client to show you what the client sees. To begin, I'm going to start in Centerpiece by initiating a conversation from the center to the client. Then later on, I'll show you how a client can initiate a conversation with your center via the portal. We'll also talk about the different ways that the client can access the portal. So let's go ahead and get started, and I'll demonstrate how to initiate a message from the center to the client. In Centerpiece, there are two ways you can send messages to the client. You can send them via the portal inbox in the client module, which you can access right here, or you can send messages directly from the client's file. Let's walk through sending a message from the client file first, and I'll come back to the portal inbox in just a bit. To do that, I'm going to use a sample client file. This is the easiest way to test the portal. We also recommend that you create a test file, and you'll only need to enter in a few fields as this information is required to log into the portal. You'll need a first name, a last name, and an easy to remember birth date, and a mobile number. Now you're going to want to enter in your mobile number into the test file so that you will get the notifications on your phone and you can test the portal. Okay, so let's go ahead and click on the portal tab in the client file. You can see that there are no messages. So let's walk through sending a message by clicking here on the New Message button. The portal message dialog opens, and notice the fields I pointed out earlier are displayed right here. I can quickly confirm the client's contact information is correct by reviewing it right here. Now again, this is my cell phone number that's listed in the mobile, and I entered that in because I want to receive the text notifications on my phone so I can practice and test the portal. Okay, so let's walk through an example. Let's say that Brenda came in for an STI test a few days ago, and we need to let her know that her results are now in, and she needs to call the center to schedule an appointment to discuss treatment. Remember from the last video that it is not HIPAA compliant to send PHI in SMS text because the message is not encrypted and therefore not secure. HIPAA does, however, allow for sending SMS notifications informing a client that a secure message awaits in their portal. For this reason, Centerpiece only uses SMS to notify clients that secure messages are available in their portal. The actual content of the message is securely stored in the database and requires a login to the portal to read the message. Okay, so let's go ahead and send Brenda a message. Notice that I can type a message, or I can select a template by clicking here. We recommend using templates because it reduces errors and typos, and it also ensures that your center is using a consistent response when communicating with your clients. Creating templates is super easy. Just click here on the Add New Item, and you can create your template. I'm going to go ahead and select this one here, and notice the text is inserted right here. Now next I want to point out this checkbox right here that says Send SMS Notification. If this option is checked when you click the Send button, an SMS notification is sent to the client's mobile number, notifying them that a new message awaits them in their portal. This message will include a link to log into the portal. Now notice right here this gray border around Brenda's profile picture. If Brenda is logged into the portal, this border is actually green and not gray, and you're going to see that in just a moment once we log into the portal as Brenda. Because this border is gray, we can see that she's not logged in. And because she's not logged in, this checkbox is automatically checked because we want to ensure that she's notified that she has a message in the portal. I'll walk through an example later on in this video and we'll discuss real-time chat messaging where you don't have to check this because you don't need to send a notification. Okay, so let's finish this up and click Send. Notice right here that I have a new text message. I'll open the message and you can see that no PHI has been sent. Instead, this just notifies Brenda that she has a message in the portal and gives her a link to log in and securely read the message. I'm going to click on the link and I'm taken to the portal login page. Notice the center information is displayed here. From here, all the client needs to do is enter in their first name, their last name, their date of birth, and click Submit. Behind the scenes, the portal application performs a lookup for a client file in your center's Centerpiece database that matches the identifying information entered in by the client. Next, a verification code is sent to the mobile number on file for that client, which in this case is my cell phone number. You can see that code right here. And since I'm on an iPhone, I can simply click in the text box and the code shows up here and logs me in. Now, before we move on, I want to point out just a few things about the login process. Now, I'm sure you've probably used many different portals, such as patient portals and school portals, and you know that remembering your login credentials for each one is a real pain, and many times, at least for me, keeps me from using the portal at all. To simplify the login process and encourage higher usage rates, the portal takes a streamlined approach. Instead of requiring users to remember a user ID and password, it sends an SMS verification code directly to the client's mobile device. This eliminates the need for traditional login credentials and provides a more convenient and secure method for accessing the portal. Okay, so moving on, notice the home screen of the portal where the client can see these 4 menu options: Messages, Appointments, Documents, and Education. You can see here next to Messages, there is a counter showing that we have 1 unread message. I'll click here and I can see this message thread. Also notice that a client can start a new message thread by clicking here. To read the details of this thread, I'll just click here and I can reply to this thread by clicking here. I'll type my message and hit send. Notice after the message is sent here on the Centerpiece side that a notification is displayed on Brenda's portal tab showing that there is a new unread message, and I can click here to see the reply. Now I want to circle back to that real-time messaging that I talked about earlier. Notice under Brenda's file that the borders around both of our profile pics are now green. This means that Brenda is logged into the portal and I am logged into Centerpiece. Because we are both logged in, we can engage in real-time secure communication via the portal, similar to chat. This means that you don't have to send the SMS text to notify Brenda that she has a new message because she will see it real-time in her portal. And not sending the SMS text will save you on SMS fees. So let's say that I want to let Brenda know that she can request an appointment to discuss her STI treatment options right from within the portal. I'll click here to send her that reply, type in my message, and this time, because the system knows that she's logged into the portal, the checkbox to send her an SMS text notification is automatically not checked. I'll click send and notice that the reply is immediately displayed in the portal for the client. Now I'm going to go ahead and close this thread. And I'm going to reply one more time from the portal because I want to show you one more place in Centerpiece where you can manage messages. Notice the message notification right here displaying new unread messages. This displays a count of the new messages from all your clients. So let's click here and we are taken to the portal inbox. Now you can also click here on portal in the sub nav bar to be taken to the portal inbox. Okay, so this is the global inbox for all client messages. Notice that I can see I have an unread message in this thread and I can see the previous message threads for all other clients. Also notice this checkbox right here that will allow you to filter out all read messages and only display the new unread messages. To read messages in the portal inbox, simply click on the client's name and the conversation thread is opened. Notice that you can also send new messages from the portal inbox. So let's go ahead and do that now by clicking on New Message. Now remember, when we sent a message from the client's file, their information is automatically filled out, but because we're sending this from the portal inbox, we'll need to select a client file. I'm going to type in a few letters of the client's last name and select her file. And again, I can type in a message or select a template. I'll type mine in. And before I hit send, I'm going to exit the communication thread on my phone because I want to show you how this will display for the client. Notice because Brenda is logged in, this send SMS notification checkbox isn't checked. Okay, I'll hit send and notice the message right here. So we just walked through examples of the center initiating a conversation with the client and the client clicking on a notification message to gain access to the portal. Next, I want to talk about the ways that the client can access the portal to initiate conversation with the center. There are 3 ways for the client to access the portal. 1, using an old link. 2, using a button that you can install on your website. Or 3, by scanning a QR code that's also installed on your website. Okay, so to use an old link, the client can go back to the SMS text notification in their message history and click on the portal link. Now, real quick before I click on this, notice the code at the end of this link. This code uniquely identifies your center to the portal, and we're going to talk more about this access code in the setup and administration video later on. Okay, so after clicking on the link, the portal will load, and again, the client will log in and get their verification code and have access into the portal. Now, to show you the other 2 ways that a client can have access, I'm going to quickly take you to the administration page in Centerpiece, and I'm going to click on Portal, and I'll scroll down, and you can see this QR code and the test button. Both of these can be installed on your website, but I'll just walk through a quick test with you. First, I'm going to open my camera, and I'll scan the QR code. Notice the link pops up here. I'll click it, and again, the portal login page opens where the client can log in. Next, I'll click on this button, and again, you can see that the portal opens and the client would be able to log in right here. Okay, so those are the 3 different ways that the client can get access into the portal and initiate a conversation with your center. All right, well, that's about it. In closing, during this video, you learned how to securely message with clients both from the client file and from the global portal inbox. You also learned that you can use message templates to reduce typos and ensure common messaging language with your clients. You learned that you can check the Send SMS notification box on a new message to notify the client via SMS text that a new secure message awaits them in their portal. In addition, you learned how to initiate real-time secure messaging when the client is logged into the portal as indicated by the green border around their profile picture. And you learned that the center can initiate messaging with the client, and the client can also initiate conversation with the center by clicking on a previously sent notification link to the portal, or by accessing the portal via a button on the website or a QR code. And again, we'll talk more about both of those in the setup and administration video. All right, your next step is to watch video 3, where I will walk you through a demonstration of the appointment functionality in the client portal. Thanks for your time, and I'll see you in the next video.